Okay, guys, back to the Chevy Cruze wheel hub assembly, replacing it. Now, if you notice, tires off, have axle nut removed now. You'll need a, let me see what size. You'll need a 1 1/4 to get the axle nut off of there. You'll need a star bit key here. You got to take that out of there to remove the rotor. However, before you go and try to take the rotor off, you need to remove your caliper and brakes. Now, some people will tell you to disassemble the whole brake caliper and pull it apart in 2 pieces. No, you do not need to do this. This is what I'm showing you, and I'm making this video for you. Back here, you have 2 nuts. Main nuts holding the bracket on. Take this one out, and your bracket's gonna hang, okay? And you got this one down here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that guy or not. He's right there. I already started taking him out. You see, I already started taking that guy out. Now, prior to doing this, grab yourself some bungees, whatever you prefer to use. Just get a couple bungees. And then come in here, and you can see I've already done it. So as you can see, I have a space between my rotor and my pad right there. Can you see that? If you can see that, you know what I'm talking about. What you do before you take your rotor off, and this is so you can get your rotor off easily, and you can put your rotor back on, or this is so you can take the caliper off easy. Sorry, so take the caliper off easy, and be able to put the caliper back on easy. Take a screwdriver, put it in there, grab the pad by the lip, and just pry back just a slight bit, and you'll feel it going. And all you really need is like a 1/4 of an inch, if less, maybe a little less than that, just to free it up. So once we take out that last bolt, then we're going to take this guy off entirely. We're going to swing him around over here, and we're going to hang him up with the bungee. We're going to swing him around over here, and we're going to hang him up with the bungees right here off of the strut, off the spring. And that way it's up out of our way. We don't have to disconnect the hoses. We don't have to take the pads out. We don't have to do anything like that whatsoever. Now, you will need a breaker bar for these ones to make it easier for yourself. Just grab a breaker bar real quick. These are 19mm bolts. Put a long socket on there. Put your breaker bar on there and break them loose. Mine were pretty tight, so I had to use the breaker bar. I didn't have to use the pipe. Breaker bar was sufficient enough. These guys up here, okay, make sure you take your brake hose thing out of the clip here. These guys here, I believe these are 18s as well. Now, these are drove into the thing here. These are drove in. And what I mean by drove in, see these rivets? Phone upside down. Okay. There's rivets on there. See those little rivets? Little lines, those grooves? Those are slid in. Those are slid through here, and they're locked into this. So, what we do is go ahead and get the socket you need, get the impact gun you need, put it on here, and draw out the nuts. Just put it on here and draw out these 2 nuts. You will not have to worry about holding this. It's already locked in with those pins inside here. Once you loosen it up, back it all the way out to about right here, just enough to where just a little bit of your tip of your nut is sticking out, because you're gonna have to get a hammer and you're gonna have to hit these back through the other side before you can take them out. So don't go ahead and remove these entirely. Back these out to about right here, and then hit this with a hammer, and it'll tap it through. Do the same thing down here to repeat the process, and it'll tap it through. Then over here we have the control arm. Once we do this, and have this off of here, so my next step will be take out the last bolt, hang this up over here. I'm gonna go take my rotor off, then I'm gonna go up here and take these bolts off, as I just explained how to do that. Then I'm gonna go over here to my control arm. I'm gonna loosen it up. I'm not gonna take it off entirely. And there's a reason for not taking it off entirely. We're going to loosen this up And then as we take out these here, we'll be able to swing this whole assembly forward and back. So it's going to come out like this. It's going to come out this way and back. It'll be disconnected from here, and still on our control arm down here at the bottom. There's that bolt for the control arm right there. Now, reason for not taking off the tie rod end. This is the tie rod end, not control arm, sorry. Reason for not taking off the tie rod end entirely is because we'll have this disconnected. This hub assembly will be pulled out this way and hanging freely. We need to remove this bolt here off of the control arm. Now, see, there's even an ABS sensor right there, which once we loosen this up, hopefully it'll come out. I hope we don't have no problems with separating the two here. Once we take the bolt out, I hope we don't have no problem with separating it. But we're gonna leave the tie rod in back there. That way we have a little bit of something holding this whole assembly while we try to take it out. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take off my caliper, hang it up, take my rotor off, set it down, take these bolts out up here at the top, loosen this up, pull out my axle, get ready to take out the control arm, and then take all the whole assembly out.